Welcome back, and welcome to our guests, conductors Earl Lee and Kyle Ritenauer. Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
It's
to be
good
here.
to have you here. So they've taken part in a joint program of the DSO and the Manhattan School of Music for Advanced Conductors, and we're going to talk to them about this. So what can you tell me about this program?
Well, this is a 2-week program. This week with the Detroit Symphony, but also 2 months ago we spent a week at the Manhattan School of Music, where we both graduated from several years back, and we got to work with Leonard Slatkin, and we conducted on the concert with Leonard Slatkin. I conducted the Brahms Tragic Overture. Earl conducted Appalachian Spring for orchestra, and then we came from a student orchestra. Then we came here with a professional orchestra. So we got to see the two different roles of a conductor, one working with a younger group who hasn't experienced this repertoire before, and one working with a professional group who has played it over and over again. So seeing the difference and what your role is with each group was really interesting, yeah.
Earl, talk about what some of the biggest challenges were as you went through this program.
Well, biggest challenges. Well, the difference, adapting myself to be a different role as a conductor, like I was saying before. With the Manhattan School of Music Orchestra, it was more of giving them, almost like teaching them, because I noticed a lot of them were playing it for the first time.
Right.
Here, with the DSO, the challenge was everyone has their interpretation. They have played it before. How can I convince them to make the music that I see, my interpretation, being convincing to have them play the way? Yeah.
What surprised you the most about stepping up and being here with the DSO and conducting this orchestra?
Well, this is the first time I've conducted an orchestra at this level, and I was shocked. Earl mentioned it a little bit. There's a fully formed idea at the very first downbeat. You know, with the Manhattan School of Music Orchestra, there was the process of learning the notes, learning the piece, and with the DSO, there was already something there. So I really had to be convinced in my interpretation of the piece so that I could give them something, because they didn't need the clear beat. They didn't need me to tell them when they were rushing or anything like that. So it was whole different experience.
So more of the subtleties, more of the interpretation, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Can you talk about working with Leonard Slatkin and what you took away from working with him?
We learned a lot, actually. I mean, it's so much that I guess a few minutes here wouldn't be enough to explain, but obviously how he conducts, how he communicates with the orchestra. Somebody with that much experience and that much musicianship, it was just every minute of him moving a little bit, even talking to the orchestra. How does he talk to the orchestra? How does he show this gesture? And apart from the podium, how much he does outside of conducting, being the face of an orchestra, leading this organization as a whole was...
I'm sure you're aware of his book, and you probably read his book, but in that book, I was, as a person that will never be a conductor, of course, it was so fascinating to listen to him talk about how you walk, where you enter the stage, how you leave, all of these things that we would never consider that were so much of the presentation and the role of being a conductor. So you must have learned a lot of that from him as well.
Well, I definitely learned that being a conductor is more than just the score and the music, which is something that we studied in college. He's really good at the whole job, speaking in front of several different audiences and operating with different departments in the orchestra, and having his guidance on how to do that and seeing it firsthand was just eye-opening, really.
Thank you so much for being here, both of you, Lee and Earl. Congratulations on all of your great work, and continued success to you both.
Thank you
so
Thank
much.
you.